Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 79, and I'm Naturally Nitty, aka Jessica.
And I'm Allena, aka Starnets. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you for coming back. This is our weekly podcast where we talk about knitting, crochet, spinning, the Harry Potter house cup, weaving, everything else that comes to mind.
Fiber prep.
Yes.
So, grab your knitting and craft along with us. First up,
Yes.
Mojo, where we talk about our finished objects in the knitting and crocheting land.
I have none. It is an off month, so I don't do anything.
I have one, but I cannot show it because it is gone. I made a monster. I made Petunia from the Big Book of Knitted Monsters, and I made it as a baby gift.
Oh.
And it was well received. So I have a project page for it, and we'll link to it in the show notes. But yeah, that's it.
Cool. At least you actually knit something.
Yeah.
So next up we have works in progress, which are again for the knitting crochet wise stuff. So you have anything that you're working on?
Yep. I'm making socks for Leah out of Knit Picks Fleecy, the macaroon colorway.
Mm-hmm.
I love the colors and the stripes, and it's very girly. I did a new way of the heel with I followed sort of Wendy's Johnson's toe up socks with a difference, but I kind of just increased on my own before even looking at that, and I did it on the bottom of the heel, like up. I don't know if you can see that.
I can see that, yeah.
So I don't know, but then I did her like heel flap. But I think I'm gonna really like it, and it doesn't disturb the striping too much. Except the one thing that irritates me, and I'm not gonna do anything about it because it's for my 8-year-old, is right when I was doing the heel, like right before I started it, I did one row of a different color. So like there's this light blue, and then there's a darker, I don't know if you call it periwinkle or something, and then like another blue, and this one has like a stripe of like the light blue right in there, and it kind of annoys me, but
Oh,
whatever.
see, I like that. It makes the socks original.
Mm.
And I'm the type of person that likes that stuff. So
Well, not purposely. I just started each one. I have a ball of like 2 balls, so I started them wherever. So they're mismatched, but like just by a little bit. Like this one started with pink, and this one started with the yellow. Sort of like off kilter a little bit, and I do like that. But that one,
well, see, like I don't like it. That type of stuff
irritates me.
Doesn't bother me. Like some people have to have a matching and everything.
No, I like mismatch, but I just don't like. I mean, all the other stripes are like nice and thick, and there's like one row of a different color. I'm like, whatever.
Well, the Wendy's toe-up socks with the difference. Her bottom is a little different than yours. It makes like a V.
Yeah,
it looks really cool.
Which I saw afterwards. I'm like, oh, that's smart. Like you just start increasing and then you like go out. Whereas I just like went to the very middle 2 stitches and increase on each side of that. But I'm like, whatever. I was trying something new. I don't really like the way Afterthought heels fit. So I wanted to experiment with this before I go on to make some for myself.
I think that sock toe, that sock bottom, and the heel flap for that is my favorite.
For stripey?
Because it's not really a heel flap. Like, because when you're doing top down socks, you do have a heel flap and you have to do all this picking up. When you're doing them toe up, basically you're just decreasing. Like you've increased all these stitches and then you just decrease.
Yeah.
And I think it looks nicer. There's no holes. You don't have to worry about picking up and getting those holes.
Yeah, it's very nice. Clean looking.
I just like it. But that's just me. And then you can knit with more of your sock yarn when you do toe up. That's what I like. But yeah, that stripe, you have to like be very purposeful about that part so you don't get a stripe.
Yeah,
And it's gonna bother you.
like I said, it's just for Leah, so I don't care that much. And I wouldn't
Yeah,
rip
and
them
that's the
out
part
even
that'll
if it
be
was
in
for
the shoe
me.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. No, but she keeps asking me, "Are you done with my socks yet?" I'm like, "No. Can you finish them? How much longer?" Which I really could be. They're starting to get long.
That's funny. But kids are like that though, because we went camping the other day. I was going to talk about this in our randomness, but we went camping and I was wearing my hand spun sweater.
Okay.
And we went camping with our Sunday school class, and my friend, she had brought her daughters, and she's like 6, and she comes up, "Did you make that sweater?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And then a little bit later, she came over, "Can you make me one?" And I was like, "Well, it took me about 3 months to make this." And she was like, "Oh," like she wanted me to like make one like
right
poof magic.
Yep.
So, it was funny.
Very cool. So
But anyways,
that's
what
all
kids
my things. So you can talk now.
Okay, well, I am an owl mistress, so that means I can do owls again, but I don't like to redo things twice. So I proposed a newt, and I'm insane. I'm going to make a sock yarn blanket, or half of one actually, because I want to make one to cover our bed, which is a king size. And I like researched, and everyone who did like larger projects took them like 3 years.
Okay.
On minimum. There are some people who like, did more, but mainly if they were using the sock yarn, it took them on average 3 years.
Yeah.
So I proposed to do one, and that's what I've been working on. So I took all my mini skeins that I had in my vases, which are now like sadly empty, and they just look sad. And then I had them all in mini skeins, and so I wound them all into balls. And then I started knitting. So my goal is to do 2,700 yards, and that's broken down. That's about 40 grams a week. No, 50 grams a week. I don't remember. I figured it out, but it's like basically 13 squares a week.
Okay.
So I started, and I did a little extra. Like this was where my first week ended.
Okay.
And then I started, and I'm on this week. And I made like a spreadsheet in Google Docs to keep track of my
progress.
So I'm on point.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna like check in there every week and make sure I get the grams. It's like 41 grams or whatever.
I was gonna say, do you check off each time you finish a square? Check.
No, but
that's how I would be.
Weekly, I'm gonna start taking pictures of like my weekly progress.
Yeah.
And weighing it and everything. So
No,
but it's going really good. Like I have some like sock yarn that I haven't seen in a while. Like this when I first started knitting. This one right here.
Kool-Aid.
I dyed with Kool-Aid.
I have some of that.
And then like this one was brown, and I over dyed it with Kool-Aid, and it's like this like terracotta red color.
Okay.
And then this was one I knit on sideways by accident, but I was too far in before I noticed it, so I was like, screw that, it's staying. And then just other ones from like the fat fiber boxes, like this one's hand spun.
Okay.
And then just like I did a couple of mini sock swaps.
Yeah.
Mini skein swaps. So then I have like a bunch of, and I have like a bunch. So I'm just like kind of grabbing and knitting and going, and it's just going to be kind of a fun, colorful blanket. Oh, and in my plan, every Sunday is Sew and Ends Day.
Ooh.
So after I have the 13 squares, I'm going to sew in the ends, which I did. You notice there's not a lot there.
Good for
There's
you.
only some on this end because that's this week started. And I figured if I stay on top of that, then I won't have a huge sew and end at the end.
And now we have this on video, so we can hold you to it.
Yeah, well, I'll do it because I actually sat down and made a spreadsheet. And if I'm going to go that far and make a spreadsheet, I'm going to do it.
True.
Because the other 2 newts that I attempted, I failed. So that's why I made a spreadsheet.
Really? You haven't finished one?
Oh. No, that's why I was like, screw that, I'm going to finish my owls. And so I finished my owls.
Okay. All right. That's all you got? I shouldn't say
that's
like all that. Should we move on? Is that I forgot to grab that out. Hold on.
Yes. We're on You Spin Me Right Round.
Which I'm spinning.
Where we talk about spinning and fiber related things. Dyeing goes in here also. So, Jessica, you're up.
Okay.
I have nothing.
So, let me put these socks down. Last week, I was finishing up my mashup from Younger Yarn Fibers. You put the lime in the coconut and Party at the Burrow. So this is the mashup. Mm-hmm. I totally forget how many yards I got. I have 687 yards in this skein. And it's very soft. It's a little dense because it has the one was Tencel and merino, and then the colored, the Party at the Burrow was just merino, I think, or superwash merino. But I like it. Now, at first I wasn't sure if I liked it.
I like it.
It's almost rainbowy, but with green.
Rainbows have green in them.
No, I meant like green throughout the whole thing, you know, like toning
okay.
it, like a light green toning it down. I know they do. Anyways, so this is the other skein, just the Party at the Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
That I 2-plied on itself, and I have 290 yards of this. My lighting is horrible, and I'm sorry for that. And I like that too. It's very pink compared to the other stuff.
It is.
It smells nice. Okay, so that was that, and I turned that in for some class. I forget what. Then I proposed a newt because I am also an owl mistress, and I decided I was originally wanting to do knitting a sweater with my mashup yarns that I have spun. Mm-hmm. And I was like trying to get the kinks worked out, and I had asked, you know, some people for advice, or you and, you know, some other people, and like I just wasn't happy with how it was turning out. So then I was like, hey, I bought 2 alpaca fleece like just a couple months ago when you were here. So it's like, I'm gonna do a potions newt. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, so I am going to wash both fleece, which here's some washed. This is the blackish charcoal color.
Hold up that bag. Where'd you get it?
And it's so soft. I think it's an Avon bag.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. Go on.
And then, so I'm going to wash up both fleece and then do a test spin of each. I'd like to do it out of the brown because it's so soft. It's a lot softer and cleaner. Mm-hmm. But the charcoal stuff actually washed up really well. There's like a lot of stuff in it, but it's soft. I don't know. I still have to spin up a little sample of this stuff. Or I was thinking I might do mainly brown, but card in, because I'm going to use my drum carder and I want to spin it, make rolags and spin it from rolags. So it's a little loftier and traps the air in, because when I spun some llama, it was like really dense. So I'm doing like a sort of long draw, or that's the plan anyways. No, but I could card in some of the black but mainly brown, so it has flecks of black in it. What do you think?
That sounds like fun.
I think I'll do I'll do like a mini sample of each plane and then some of the mix. But here is the little sample of the brown. And it is so soft. And I spun it too thick, so I'll have to really keep an eye on it. It needs to be DK, and it like plumped up a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
It's like a worsted weight, if not more than that. But it's so soft. I'm excited.
Speaking of alpaca spinning, remember how I was spinning alpaca for a friend? Well, I didn't get enough yardage for her to make a sweater.
Okay.
So she found another pattern, like a vest sweater that she wants to knit with it.
Okay.
Use it to knit with. But how much should I charge for it?
For the spinning?
Yeah.
How many hours? I would do it by hours.
I don't remember.
Try and figure it out. You were spinning it most of Tour de Fleece. You could probably go back on Instagram and look. Ish. And try and think how many hours a day. That's what I would do. Or you could do it by ounce. And like charge a certain amount by ounce. I don't know. If anyone has any ideas, let Allena know.
Yes. No.
Oh, so, okay. So I'm spinning that up, and then I'm going to knit Pomme de Pin, I think is the name of the sweater. But it's all lace.
I have a question.
Okay.
Are you going to spin another sample to try and get it skinnier, or no?
Yeah.
Yes? No.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Well, I'm going to do a sample of the black, and then I'll do a sample of the mixed, and I'll be more precise in my spinning. I was just excited. I made little alpaca roll eggs, and I was like, I'm going to spin it off.
Maybe make smaller roll eggs, like not so big.
Oh, they were. They were like tiny.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know. It like really fleefed up. So I don't know. I might knit a swatch with it too, so I don't know. We'll see.
Is it hard to make roll eggs from your drum carder?
I don't think so. It's a little awkward at first, but you get the hang of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to...
But that's pretty much it. I have all the brown fiber washed up, and like this is all I have of the gray, and the gray had more, or it looks black, but it has like brown tips, and it's kind of charcoaly. I don't know, maybe the dirt just made it look gray outside.
Well, the brown tips is usually like the sun got to it.
Right, well,
so
I like it.
The tips will be a little, yeah.
But yeah.
But so like you see the alpaca and you're like, you think, oh, it's not going to be that dirty because there's no lanolin. But then when you wash it, you're like, holy cow.
I took pictures, and I will, like, put together a collage. Like, it was dirty. Like, I drained the tub, and, like, there was, like, a layer of mud almost on the bottom of the tub. It was gross. Dirty alpacas. No, the only thing, though, with the black just isn't as long of a staple length either. And there are some parts that, like, are, like, maybe an inch and a half. So I've been, like, throwing that into a separate bag that I'm just not even going to wash up.
That would be really good for felting.
Yeah.
Because alpaca will felt really easily.
Yeah. But that one's...
Now, when you washed it, you used Dawn, or did you use a fiber wash?
No, I used Dawn just because I didn't want to use my scour because it didn't have lanolin in it, and I figured I wanted to save that for my fleeces that do.
Okay. I'm just asking because I have some fleece that I need to wash, and I'm letting you do all the
and it worked really well. So first I went through the raw fiber, and I put it outside on, I have a skirting table, which is basically just some chicken wire in a box, and on legs. So I go through and I pick out any little second cuts, which there wasn't many, and any bits of VM, like straw or poop or whatever. And you don't obviously get it all, because I could still pick out a little bit here and there. But,
yeah.
you know. So then I did that. So then I like would sort it and I put it into a mesh bag and I keep doing that for like an hour or two while the kids are outside. And then go in and I fill the tub up with hot water. And after it's done filling up, because you don't want suds, you squirt the Dawn in, like, I don't measure. And you kind of swirl it around a little bit just so the Dawn gets in all the water. And then I just laid it down flat and like pushed it down and let it, all the air come out. And I let it sit for like a half an hour. And then I picked it up and squeezed it out and drained the water, and then I rinsed it twice. And that seemed to work really well. It's a lot easier than getting lanolin out. And if the water cools a little bit, you don't have to worry about the lanolin re-sticking to the fiber, which you have to do with sheep wool.
Yeah.
That was always fun. Because at one point I was like cooking dinner and the kids were outside and I was washing fleece and I was picking fleece outside and I was like timing all these things and like running around all crazy. And I forgot about it. But it turned out just fine. So yeah.
Well, that's good. Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Next up, our random randomness section. We have some prizes to award.
Yay!
So I am here on the page, and I went through, and there were some people who posted in the wrong thing with their finished objects, so I just made a post for them in the other one so they could be entered in for the drawing.
Okay.
And then if people posted 2 pictures of one, I separated them out so they would have an extra entry.
Very good.
So we had a few people finish. So for prize number 1, which is this mohair.
Rainbow.
Yeah, it's like a muted rainbow almost. My coloring's not really good, but there's a picture in the thing. And I have my random number generator. And I put 2 through 22. And I'm going to generate for our first one. Number 9. So let's go down and see. 9 is RC Marks.
Woo!
She spun up a mashup from her Wizard of Oz and some blue roving that she had. She spun a mashup. Ooh, it turned out really nice. They're about double knitting or worsted weight. They're really nice. So, RC Marks, PM me. I think she won from you last time.
She did. I was about to
PM
say
me your address because I didn't save it. And I will get this mohair out to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, let me write this down on the podcast order. Okay, then next up is some hand spun that I spun. It was like one of our bats that we made on our bat days.
Okay, fun.
That I spun up. So I picked it out so someone could have it. It's about 8 wraps per inch, 104 yards. So I'm going to generate another one. 19. Let's go down and see. Josie Bug.
Yay.
She entered her ball in from Shadowin Fiber Arts Hobbit Fiber Club.
Okay.
So you can see that's number 19.
Congratulations.
So if you PM me your address, I will get this out to you, and it'll be some pretty hand spun for you to do. You can probably make a hat with 100 yards. And then last but not least, we have some Rolags that Jessica made. They're very pretty. So I'm going to generate a number.
I'll pull a few out.
And I got number 6. So let me go back up to 6.
I forget what's all in them. I'm guessing merino, tarji, silk,
Did
Firestar.
you list it?
What?
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
you did.
Maybe.
I don't think you told us. Number 6 is Josie Bug again.
Yay!
For her socks that she knit
Way to
from
go.
her Hermione Jean Charms Club, Ricta Sempra.
You win.
This was her secret fan socks. So PM Jessica, your address as well. And of course, we will send you guys Weasley Sister buttons, but if you already have one, let us know and we won't send them. A long way.
Yep.
So, congratulations. Thanks for clubbing along with us.
It was fun.
Yeah, we'll have to do something else like that. And
I still have a lot of club fiber. But, yeah.
Well, you have like all those Allena Shades clubs, the sock clubs.
I have a lot of fiber clubs too.
Production clubs.
And Fiber of the Month club.
So, thanks for telling us. It's always fun to give out prizes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it pays to do multiple things. Josie can tell you that. Josie Bug can tell you that. So, okay. So, if you don't know, the House Cup has signups open right now. They opened this morning. So, I thought we could talk a little bit about what the House Cup is, how it works, in case this is your first time watching and you'd like to join us, or if you're still on the fence and you were playing as a not quite first year, stuff like that. So, first of all, we'll link to the House Cup in our show notes. And then they have a slideshow. If you go on the pages in the group on Ravelry, there's a slideshow. But we'll link to that slideshow as well. And it talks all about the Harry Potter Knit and Crochet House Cup. Yeah. So basically, it was a game that started where they, Princess Onicia said, "Let's do a game where we finish things based on the Harry Potter House Cup." I'm paraphrasing here because, you know. So they started a game, and it's just evolved into this huge like game. So
and it's coming up on 5 years.
Yeah, like real life 5 years
since starting.
Yeah, and a year in the Harry Potter House Cup is 3 months, so that's considered your first year of school, so to speak. And there's 3-month term, and there's 3 terms: fall, winter, and spring. We're getting ready to start the fall one, so there's an open month in between terms, and every term you have to go through the sorting process to get sorted, and to advance on to the next year, you have to complete at least 1 class a month to be qualified. Because if they have to cap the incoming students, they go off like a seniority thing.
Right.
Not seniority so much as participation thing. Like that you're going to actually turn in something.
Because a lot of people volunteer and work and put in a lot of hours, so, they don't want someone who's not going to do, not participate. But to participate, like Allena said, you just have to do 1 class a month.
Now, my finished objects have went from, like, I used to take, like, months and months and months to finish stuff and not finish stuff, and my things went from, like, only finishing things every couple of months to finishing at least 6. Between 4 and 6 projects a month.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all 6 classes. Actually, there's 8 classes that are offered, but you only get points for 6. So a lot of people will try to do just to do 6. And then there's also like Quidditch, order missions, owls, and newts. All kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And if you like need motivation to finish projects, the House Cup is the way to go, I think. At least it is for me.
It makes me very productive.
Yeah, so much so on these break months, if I'm not, like, I have a lot of projects that I'm like, oh, I want to start this. I'm like, oh, I gotta wait till the first. Like, if you're as crazy as me, you have to wait till the
I
first.
had to start these. I couldn't, with like running kids around and stuff all summer, like I couldn't not have a project to work on.
Well, that's why I went and I'm like, I'm doing a newt. And so that's why I did it.
Well, I was planning on not um, finishing these till the 1st of September so I could hand it in for detention, but like Leah's been bugging me, so I don't know if I can hold it off for that long.
You're gonna have to wait till the first, and that's my final answer.
Yeah. She's gonna get mad
My
at me.
kids know that.
But yeah, so join up if you want to.
Yeah, if you haven't, and if we kind of totally botched describing what the house cup is, I'm sorry.
Go watch previous
FAQs.
episodes of this and you'll see what it's all about.
Yeah, there's FAQs on Ravelry. Like there's like 15 pages, and it has all the information you could ever want. But you can always ask us too. We'll help you out. So, you know, it's a lot of crazy fun, Harry Potter, and everything. And after you join, try explaining it to someone who, 1, doesn't knit, and 2, doesn't do Harry Potter. It's kind of fun. Just to see the look in their eyes when you try to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough of our join the club spiel. Anything going on around your house? Randomly?
I don't know if we got our van last time we
talked
podcasted.
About needing to get one.
Well, we bought it. Well, I think we had our rocket ship. Did I talk about that? Maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we finally got our real van, which
Yay.
Looked like horrible compared to the awesomeness that was the big rocket ship.
Yeah.
But you know, that's okay. No, but we like it. And I was able to put my owl decal stickers, like the little family things, on the back of our van.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I got a cool package in the mail.
Oh, cool.
Well, I got 2 cool packages in the mail. One was my bag.
Cool.
And I love it. The Weasley sisters bag. Made by Allena.
It's awesome.
I know. I kind of feel silly. I'm like, hey, that's me. And I'm carrying it around. No, but I really like it.
Yeah.
No,
I think everyone should Potter puff themselves and make a bag
fun.
and carry it around.
Yeah. Anyways, so I got that. But I also got a cool package from Helga, or Calicu.
Cool.
And it was like a little bit of running stuff, which makes me feel really, not guilty, but it makes me want to run. And actually after this week, the kids are done with a lot of their things, so I'll be able to like have a little more free time in the morning. Now that we're not like running everywhere all the time.
And school starts.
But the one thing that like made me so giddy, I forget what it is.
Is that a tutu?
What?
Is that a tutu?
Kinda. It's a skirt that you wear over your running shorts. But do you see how sparkly it is?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like for races and stuff, she says it makes you run faster. And I believe her. And then
awesome.
like that was
really
a surprise.
She's been doing really good with running.
What?
She's been really doing well with running.
She has been.
Awesome.
And then she sent me some like little samples of like sports shoes and stuff. Like if you're running a long distance, I guess, I mean, I haven't ran long distances yet, but your energy goes out, so then you put these in like whatever you're carrying when you're running, and eat them, and it gives you energy. Anyway, so she gave me a few just to try, because she's gotten a bunch and she knows what she likes. But I was excited by the package.
That's cool.
And it was just sweet, so thank you, Helga.
Yeah, I've been like kind of slack on the whole running and stuff.
I've been exhausted just with summer in general. Like, yes, I could be running and exercising, but it's too much. Something's gotta give. I'm also mad. Our garden is not doing so great. We've gotten a few cucumbers and a few zucchini, and we have a lot of green tomatoes, but it's been so cold here that they have not ripened. Like, I think we've had like 1 or 2 cherry tomatoes, but that's it.
Mine weren't doing that, and now they just started ripening a lot. But the blight is coming through again, so I have to go get some blight stuff.
That's a bummer. No, but like I
But I got a couple of cucumbers, which most of the time I don't. Oh. My cucumbers usually die.
See, we usually get
I have gotten 3 so far, and I have 3 or 4 or 5 more on my cucumber vine. And I've gotten a couple of zucchinis. I have this huge zucchini that I need to find something to do with. Like, huge. Like, it's like this long. You can't even see it. And I measured it, and it's 17 inches long.
Wow.
I know. It just grew, like, huge.
I just used one in a soup tonight.
Cool.
That's good. Or you could cut it in half lengthwise
cold.
And, like, scoop it out and do, like, a zucchini bake where you put, like, you don't like sauce and cheese and, like, meat. I don't know.
I'll think of something. It's sitting there telling me to cook it.
Or just roast it.
The other ones I cut up and I've been grilling. You know, like, I put them in Italian dressing, and they're sitting in my fridge marinating.
Or make chocolate zucchini bread.
Yeah, I could do that too. But it was hot, and I didn't want to turn the oven on.
Oh, right.
But now that it's cooling down, I will.
We seriously had a cold day. It was like 50. It was like cold.
Today was so nice. We had the windows open, and it was nice. It was like in the 60s. I loved it. So, okay. So Abby, our dog, we have an invisible dog fence.
Uh-huh.
And Andy came home from work, and he's like, oh, where's her collar? I'm like, what? We can't find it. It, like, fell off of her neck somewhere. We walked around outside, and we don't think that it's outside because Madison said she had it on when she brought, like, in the morning we let her out, and she just goes to the bathroom and comes back in.
Yeah.
And she said it was on when she brought it back in, but we have searched the house. We cannot find the dog collar at all. And that's the expensive part. So I went and got, like, a $10 chain thing, and we just have her chained outside when she needs to go outside to run around and play.
That stinks.
I know. Like, I don't know where it went, because...
Maybe she hid it somewhere.
But I'm, like, so annoyed. Like, we moved couches. Had her... I don't know. So, the stupid dog collar is missing. Uh-oh. Andy thinks that someone... like, it wasn't ever on her. Like, when Madison said, oh, I know it was on her when I petted her in the morning, he doesn't think it was. He thinks that someone, like, walking by, like, thought it was me, so they took it off. Really? But I'm like, she would not let him get close to her.
Yeah.
Unless they bribed her with food.
But why would they even do that?
I don't know. So, hopefully we'll find it. Because, you know, because basically it's like we went through a couple of weeks of training with her, like a month of training, just so when she would hear the beeping, which you can't hear as a human, but it's a dog beeping, when she would hear the beeping, she needs to stop and not go any further, because if she keeps going, then she's going to get shocked. Like, we did a couple of months of training for that, and she does it really well. Like, even if I guess, you know, like, if the collar hasn't been on her, she's been stopping, you know, it's like she doesn't go past it. Like, you know, like, we did the good training, but, you know, we live on a busy street, so we want that there so she doesn't run out into the front yard and stuff, so, I don't know. That was the big to-do this week. And so Andy said today, he goes, $10 to the first person who finds the dog collar. And the girls were like, yeah, right. And I'm like, I second that. I say yes, $10 to the person who finds the dog collar. So we'll see if they find it. So I don't know. And it's not like they'd given her a bath or anything, so I have no idea how it like just fell off. And it's on her neck, so it's not like she could bite it and chew it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. So craziness at my house. So I forgot to tell you guys last week, but I'm going to tell you now. There's Nimble Sticks. I talked about the website before. It's kind of like Facebook for knitters and crocheters and spinners. They're doing a retreat in Virginia in October. So they asked me if I wanted to vend, and I said yes. So I'm going to be vending. It's October 4th and 5th and 6th, I think. Or maybe it's just 5th and 6th.
Okay.
I forget. But if you live in the Virginia area and you can make it, you can come to like a weekend knitting retreat, and it's really reasonably priced. Or you can do like a day trip if you just want to come. But you can come see me.
That would be fun.
And that would be awesome. You know?
I wish I could go. That would be lots of fun.
Yeah. It's just cool because a lot of times the retreats happen like not close enough. You know, like the big stuff that happens is a lot of times in Colorado and California, so it's just kind of cool that it's in Virginia.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited.
Very cool.
So I've been sewing a lot to, you know, get ready for that. So, I've been reading a couple of books too. Just kind of reading, and our sister Dawn started this thread on Facebook. She was like, I need some book suggestions. Who can suggest some? So I was like, I can. And I like suggested a bunch. And I was just like, just get on Goodreads and, you know, get some suggestions. So then, you know. But like when I sew, I put an audiobook on. But I also have like books for book club that I'm reading and stuff like that. So
that's cool.
That's, you know, it's the summer. Things have been slow.
I feel very lazy or non-productive. Like, I'm not even as far as I want to be on my newt because I'm not home enough to clean and wash the fleeces.
Yeah.
Unless it's nighttime and I'm not sitting outside.
This is their last week of classes and stuff?
Yeah, thank goodness. Actually, tomorrow is.
That's good.
And
well, you'll have more time.
Tomorrow is Joe's birthday, so I have to bake a cheesecake.
Are you doing anything special besides the cheesecake?
Well, this doesn't really have anything to do with his birthday, but we're buying a camper.
Oh, really?
Yes. We're going.
Jessica sleeping on the ground.
Right. Well, I was like, I'm like, Joe, we need a camper. Like, it'd be so cool. And he's like, no. Blah blah blah. And I was like, but you can store stuff in it, you know, and like have most of your camping gear there. So all you have to do is like pack your clothes and food, right? And you don't have to like remember all this other stuff. Like, it'd be so cool. Not that we have money to buy a camper, you know. So then I was telling Katie this. During the day we were hanging out sometime, or I forget whatever. And then so that night or afternoon, she texts me and she's like, "Go on Facebook." I'm like, okay. Well, a friend of hers that I actually kind of know because like she used to work at the restaurant with Joe, had posted a camper for $100, a pop-up camper, $100.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cheap and awesome. Like, there's some holes in like the screen, and it's from 1969. But it like works, and like I won't be on the ground when camping. I'm really excited. We're picking it up tomorrow.
Well, do you have like a trailer hook on your van?
We were actually getting one put on. It's ordered. We don't have it yet.
That's cool.
Because Joe wanted it so he could put a bike trailer or like bike thing for all our bikes. because ones that attach to cars and vans, like, you can't put that many on and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Joe wanted a trailer hitch, so, like, before we even decided about the camper, like, we were getting one put on. So, yeah. We're excited.
That's awesome. That's cool.
I know. And, like, the lady we're getting it from, her husband, like, professionally cleans carpets and stuff, and, like, does some at home and, like, in his garage or whatever. So they just got it last year, and they, like, did a trade for it. Like, they cleaned carpets for this guy, like, a few carpets, and, like, put in some hours, and they got this camper. And she's like, we used it, but, you know, we don't have a trailer hitch, and we had to borrow a vehicle when we went, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I just don't, you know, want it right now. We'll buy a new one, or a newer one, you know, next year or the year after. So, you know, we just kind of wanted to give it away. Or not give it away, but she didn't know how much to charge for it since she didn't really pay for it. And we were, like, second in line, but the first one fell through, so we got it. I'm so excited.
That is awesome.
But, oh yeah, her husband
I'm kind of jealous.
Cleans carpets, right? So they took all the pads and mattresses and even the canvas, and he, like, professionally cleaned everything last year. Like, so, it's old, but, like, she's like, we cleaned the heck out of it. Like, so, that makes me happy, too. Like, that's one thing I don't have to worry about. Like, it's clean. And not going to be gross and mildewy and all that kind of stuff.
That's kind of awesome.
So, yeah. I mean, it's nothing, you know, pretty, but it's going to be awesome. I'm excited. And we're going camping on the 20th through the 22nd or something, or 23rd.
You should come camping down to Maryland so we can come camping at Grandma's with. Andy said that too. He was like, now that they have a van that can drive, we need to come visit.
I know, really.
Wait till I tell him you're getting a camper. So, okay. So that's all we have for this week. Thanks for joining us. We hope you come back.
Don't forget to sign up for the House Cup.
Yes, sign up for the House Cup. We'll have show notes on the weasleysisters.wordpress.com. Stop by. Tell us hi. I'm going to start a new thread in our Weasley Sisters group on Ravelry that's Introduce Yourself. Because we had one that was hi, but no one's been posting to it, so I'm going to sticky it and say Introduce Yourself.
Okay.
So, say hi to us.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll see you probably in 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.